You hear a lot about Metaverse these days, and Metaverse is something that is already here. It is something that is bound to expand, bound to be a part of your life. Like it or not, it is here, and you can be negative about it or think of it as an opportunity where you have the chance to make a lot of money. But first, let's understand what the Metaverse is. The Metaverse is basically a virtual reality platform. It's almost like you're playing a video game, but you have a more enhanced experience because you feel like you're actually in that video game. How? Well, you have your own avatar there. You also have your own name there. Now, what you can do here is pretty much everything you can do in the real world. So you can go in the metaverse, you can buy a piece of land, you can buy businesses as well. You can buy your own restaurant, your own hair salon, you can buy your own plaza, and you can actually sell products and services in this virtual world, which will benefit the virtual world, will have no impact on your real world, except that the money you earn in the virtual world, which is in cryptocurrency mana, that can be translated into fiat currency and benefit you in the real world. And that's the whole reason we're talking about it, because there are real life implications. And with this platform being introduced by Facebook as something that they're going to completely rebrand themselves as, this is going to be introduced to millions of people, probably billions, and it already exists with thousands of people on the platform Decentralized Land. Hence, this is something that is going to come. It's going to be a very popular thing, especially with the young generation. And when I say this, that means the future. So first impression is maybe it's for those people who have a terrible life. Maybe they're being bullied in real life or they're not getting enough opportunities. They go in this metaverse and they live a different reality where they are the most popular person out there. Could be. But it also could be for people who are actually very successful here. Businesses are investing millions of dollars. There are actually lands in this metaverse that are being sold for millions of dollars, and businesses are buying them. They're making their own brands there. They're gaining popularity there. Because a lot of people think that in the future, all you would do is log off from the real world, plug in your virtual reality set, and all you do all day is interact with people in this metaverse, because that's going to be the new world. Why invest in buildings and construction, which takes a lot of time? Why invest in developing machinery and technology in this current world when everything can be animated in minutes in the metaverse? That's what most people think. What I think is a little different, and we'll discuss that today later as well. There are currently two main metaverse or metaverses. I think that's a plural. And the first one is the one that's here, Decentralized Land. You can literally go there right now, make your own profile and get in the metaverse, interact with people, buy land in seconds. The other is the Facebook Metaverse, which was announced last month. And since that time, Metaverse has been the talk of the internet as the next big thing. Now, the Facebook Metaverse is still in development, and what it offers differently is, first of all, what I understood was enhanced graphics. Facebook is a huge company. It can afford that, and also a more enhanced experience. Virtual reality sets are, of course, one thing, but also they are developing technology where you would feel the hand movements, you would feel the hand gestures when someone shakes hands with you. Also, in different parts of your body, probably you're going to have this suit, which is going to give you sensations just like you have in the real world when you interact with people in the metaverse. Now, one thing with Facebook platform, with this metaverse, is people don't like it considering Mark Zuckerberg controls it. And the whole idea is Mark Zuckerberg is going to control the world. He's going to treat us like puppets, and he's going to run his own show, his own government there. Given the history of Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, people thinking of Facebook as an evil corporation is not something surprising. And this is something we should think about, because he could be the next big dictator. Who knows what he can do with all that control and all that power when he controls your life. Now, the positive thing with the Decentralized Land is the platform is decentralized because it's called Decentralized Land. Now, what that means is people who are buying land there, people who are interacting with each other, who are developing businesses or roads, whatever they're doing, people, the creators, the avatars, the people who are logging in, the users are the ones who are in control. There is no government. There is no owner of the whole platform. Everything is controlled by individuals. And that's the beauty of that. There is no control or dictatorship and nothing like that in the near future. However, Facebook is a much bigger platform. They can invest in the metaverse, make it so attractive with unique features that it might actually draw a lot more people. And when Facebook introduces it, it's going to go to billions of people. Whoever is logged into Facebook, whoever has a Facebook account, they probably will get this notification, and that metaverse will gain popularity much faster. You should know all these things is because you have the chance to realistically buy a piece of land in the metaverse and sell it for profit. Now here, this is no longer a thing where it's a joke. This is no longer a thing where it's the new trend and people are just wasting their time on it. This is actually a money-making opportunity. Look at this growth in this virtual real estate. This has been way more than the real world. And when you're buying lands, when you're buying properties in the metaverse, you can sell it for profit and you can use that money in the real world to feed yourself and your family. Hence, it is something to think about. Now, we got to talk about NFT first before we understand how to buy a land, because I'm going to go through that process with you right here. I'm your new financial advisor. Let's talk about it. Before I do, let's talk about NFT. NFT is the dumbest thing ever. This is the most stupid thing ever, and it represents just how dumb human beings can be. Look at this image. It's being sold. There's a bidding war going on. It's being sold for thousands of dollars. Look at this NBA shot. This is something that you can easily play on YouTube without paying a cent. This image you can easily download or save on your computer without paying a cent. But this image is being sold for thousands of dollars, and this NBA shot was sold for $400,000, and none of this makes sense. I mean, why would you pay when you can watch these things for free, download them for free? Well, it is the inherent value, or at least what companies try to communicate. So what they're doing here is selling these things as paintings. For example, Mona Lisa is worth millions of dollars, but does Mona Lisa actually look attractive to any of you? I don't think she's so attractive. I don't know what the big deal is. I think a picture of Gal Gadot would be much better. I would pay millions for that. But that's the thing. I have that value for that picture. Someone thinks Mona Lisa is good looking and they put a value on that picture. This banana, which was taped on the wall in the Met Museum, was sold for $100,000. Why? Because someone had money and they said, well, it's a banana that is in the Met Museum. I got to pay $100,000 for it. That's the value that person associated with that stupid banana, which is not worth more than 50 cents. And this is what humans have been doing for the longest time. With paintings, with the different artifacts, they assign a value to it and they want ownership. So if you own this NBA shot, even though everybody else can watch it, if you own this picture, even though everybody else can download it, you, for some reason, feel that you have ownership, you have value, and you'll pay for it, even though it means nothing. But once again, as dumb as it is, people are making money from it. This website is selling all these NFTs for a lot of profit. People are making passive income with NFTs. When you sell it, it can be resold, and the person who's reselling it has to pay you royalties. So people are generating great income streams this way. So yet again, I've introduced you two dumb things which are making ridiculous profit. Now, since they are talking about profit and revenue, let's understand what you can do. First of all, if you're not in the crypto world, get into the cryptocurrency. I like Crypto.com. I think that's the best app you can use. You go into Crypto.com, buy some mana. Mana is the currency for Decentralized Land. With this, you're able to buy land in Decentralized Land. So once you buy some mana, you need about $1,500 to $1,600 USD to actually buy a piece of land in Decentralized Land. Next, you log into Decentralized Land and buy a piece of land near this green box. The reason is the green box represents the plaza. And just like in real life, if you buy something closer to a commercial area, the property value of that goes up much faster. So I highly recommend buy something close to this plaza, this green box, or maybe something inside it. Now you see different prices here, different properties being sold, and usually it's around 300 to 400 mana, which converts to about $1,500 USD. I have one piece of land here, and that is about how much I paid. Now, you make the purchase with the mana. It's fairly easy, and once you own this land, you keep it. You don't do anything with it. Just monitor the news, monitor the market, and that's what I'm doing right now. When there's a high level appreciation here, which everyone, by the way, has been predicting, again, people are saying this is the next big thing. Millions of people are about to join. Millions of people are going to run after these lands. The demand is going to go up. Supply is going to be less because the lands here are limited. Businesses are going to join. This has already started and it's going to grow even more. Like it or not, okay? Like it or not, it is happening. So you buy this piece of land, and as soon as it starts getting more and more popularity, this is going to increase in value for you. A lot of people are predicting that if you buy a land for about $1,000 or $2,000 now, after 5 or 6 years, it could be worth millions. And I completely agree. Just research, read a book, you will know that it is true. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Look, people always talk about Bitcoin, how it was 10 cents in October 2010. And people thought it's ridiculous. Nobody's going to care about it. If you owned $100 of Bitcoin then, you would have 1,000 Bitcoins now, which would make you more than $50 million worth. So it was not a joke. People thought it was a joke, but a lot of people said it's the next big thing. What would $100 have done? Nothing at that point. It wouldn't hurt your wallet, but you would be retired right now. A lot of people, when there was the dot-com bubble, they ignored it. They thought internet is probably nothing. People like real life interaction, but they completely ignored it, and companies that did went under. And now internet is all around us. Remember, this was a negative thing. People didn't like this concept. People wanted more social interaction, but technology took over. Technology will take over again with the metaverse. And if you think this is not real, look around you. We're already living in sort of a metaverse. We are always glued to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter accounts. We're always playing video games. We're watching TV. Everything we do, even at work, with video conferencing, with Zoom calls, with your emails, all you're doing is interacting with people in a virtual world. And this has taken over. This has become more and more popular. It's only increasing in popularity, and there are no signs of it stopping. So if anything's going to happen, it's going to go more in that direction. And hence, you got to embrace the metaverse. As I said, it is coming. Think of it as an opportunity. Not only in terms of investment, but think of it as the next most convenient thing available to us. If offices, if workplaces conduct business in this virtual workplace, which is Mark Zuckerberg's idea, then you would no longer need to travel or pay for gas. And it's going to create a lot of convenience, simply. Plus, it's going to be a globalized world. You wouldn't need a passport to go from one country to another in the metaverse, at least not yet. And you can interact with thousands of, and actually, well, billions of people worldwide with this platform. You can develop new connections, you can develop new networks, you can make new relationships, find new friends, and this opens up a whole new world of opportunity for us. What I think of it personally, though, is a little negative. I think if we have the option of having it and not having it, I would rather not have it, simply because of health. Health is the most important thing for the human body, and we know with technology, our health has deteriorated. Now we have more sedentary work than ever before. We sit all day in the office in front of computers, we come back home, we sit in front of the TV, or we play some games. All we do all day is sit and go into this metaverse, which hasn't taken shape. But when it actually does, and you're plugged in literally with your VR set, you're sitting there for 20 hours a day or even more, you are literally not moving, and that will affect your health. Not only physically, not only will we have more cases of obesity, but also mentally. Will we be happy when we have no social interaction, when we're not able to talk to people, when we're not able to shake hands or hug our family members or our friends, when we're not able to have the facial expressions or that kind of contact that humans need, they long for it? What will happen to our society socially? Mentally, well, I think there's a level of degradation that we will suffer, but also physically, that is the worst thing that can happen to us when we stop working out, when we don't care about our body, because in the metaverse, we can have any body we want. So I don't think it is the best thing for humankind, and it is important to voice your opinion. Having a balance of that would be okay. Maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, if we're in the metaverse, it's fine, because we do that already with video games. Having a limit to it is good. But make sure, guys, to let people know, to let the top organizations know that we don't want this to be a 15 or 16-hour thing a day, because that's going to ruin our health. It's going to ruin our society, and that's not what we're looking forward to. But if we can control it, if we can limit it, there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of positivity and optimism that awaits. And one thing is, again, as I've said the 10th time, this is coming. This is inevitable. So think of it in the positive way for now. See how you can get the opportunity. And simply the best way you can do it right now is buy a piece of land. It's going to be worth a lot of money in the future. And it's yet another thing that can benefit your family and your finances. My name is Sean. Thank you so much for watching this video, and subscribe to my channel for all the great content about positivity, next opportunities, money making, businesses, and so much more. Thank you and take care.